I'm Andrew.
And I'm Joe, and welcome to Joe and Andrew's Education Adventures.
And today we have our guest, Gladys Chaidez, who's joining us today. Thank you for being with us today, Gladys.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
Why don't you tell a little bit about what you do at Paloma?
So I'm one of the art teachers here at Paloma. So I teach Art 1 and Art 2.
Okay.
So I have all grade levels, so from 9 to 12.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay. So you get to mix the grades in those classes. That's
yes,
cool.
I do.
So she's taught two of the four Ella children, so she's got two more to go, hopefully. So
They've both been good, so I look forward to it.
That's
we'll
awesome. So Gladys, what would you do if you weren't an art teacher? Like if you had to pick a different career?
I mean, I make art on my own time, so I think
Okay.
being an artist is kind of an easy answer.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would love to work for a museum, like as a curator.
Nice.
That would be a really cool job. At one point in my life, I wanted to be a travel agent, like a stewardess, like a.
Okay.
Right on. So travel the world.
Yeah. I thought that would be like a really cool job, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there are all options, I guess.
Cool.
So when you're talking about curating museums, that made me think. Like, I know LA has like good museums, but like I wouldn't know which ones to go to. So do you have a couple of suggestions maybe for?
Yeah, sure. So LACMA, the LA County Museum, is great. It's
Okay.
a huge museum that has a little bit of everything. They have a new museum that's called the Broad. It's a lot of like very like pop art kind of stuff, more
Okay.
contemporary stuff. So that one's really fun.
Okay.
I think Nathan went to that one with us.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of galleries in LA. LA is kind of a center, for the arts. So there's a lot of like little nooks and crannies where you can go to.
Man. Now, when you go to these museums, okay, since we're getting suggestions, what's your favorite place to eat after you've been at those
So
museums?
I have a routine.
Okay.
I do. So I like to take the train, like the
Okay.
Metrolink,
Uh-huh.
until late, just because I hate the traffic.
Okay.
So I'll take the train, and then we go to the Grand Central Market. We try to get there kind of early. So Grand Central Market is like a little. They have a bunch of little restaurants.
Mhm.
So you go with like in a group. There's plenty of things that people can choose. Like they have like from sushi, Mexican food, Chinese food, pizza, everything that you could pretty much think of wanting to eat. And then then we walk. It's a walking day, like you walk all over like downtown.
Uh-huh.
But it's kind of a fun, like it's a fun little view of LA instead of driving everywhere.
That's
which
cool.
is what.
And because you're walking so much, you can eat as much as you want. So I'm all about that.
That's what I tell myself.
Nice. So it's 2020, and what is something you thought we'd have by now that we don't?
What was something like us as society, or me, like just me personally?
However you want to interpret it.
I had a few plans for like taking trips over the summer.
Okay.
I've never been to Europe, and
okay.
this was kind of like the year where I wanted to go.
Oh.
And I had it set in my mind. Okay, this year I'm gonna plan a trip, like go for a few weeks. But it just didn't work out.
Yeah, it was a bummer that way.
Right. Got a good long view of your backyard, probably. Right? That's not a little travel.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Very cool. So, what is as you prepared for this crazy year? Obviously, already your travel plans were disrupted, but as you're looking at this school year, what's been a big difference for you as you've approached this 2021?
When it comes to the school year, we're a very hands-on department, so everything that we do is like paper and pencils and like paint and all, like it's just part of the class. So we've kind of had to change the way that we approach it, in the sense that we're trying to keep it very minimal when it comes to art supplies. And then keeping things a little bit smaller, just because being in the classroom, I can kind of go whichever direction that I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes from year to year, I'll change the projects, depending on what I feel like the kids would enjoy or what I would think would be like a new project that I can incorporate. But I kind of have to plan ahead a little bit more, and I can't just go with like, I have to think about what I want to do, really think about, and kind of not deviate from that, which, I would usually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, at least for me, I feel the same. Like, there's always like a structure or a plan you want to follow, but you can tweak it as you go and in the moment in class. And so far over 3 weeks, just follow the line for the day.
Yeah, and for me, what kind of the part that makes me sad is it's some of those things that seem like not quite as necessary, or kind of the side stuff that sometimes are the ones that add the most flavor to a class. And
I know.
And that's the part where you're like, ugh, it's not the same. Because you said you had simple stuff, you said you had a demo little activity for me and Joe to try and do for art.
So I thought I'd show you guys a little technique that we use. So you need just a sheet of paper, and you need some sort of pen, like a Sharpie. So these are the rules to the drawing activity. So you cannot pick up your Sharpie throughout the whole drawing.
Oh,
so we're
okay.
going to be drawing each other.
Oh no.
I was thinking, you guys can either draw each other, or we can go like maybe like and I'll draw one of you guys, or I could try to draw both of you guys if you want.
I think that would be funny. Like, I'll try and draw Joe, and Joe try and draw me, and then we'll see what you do in the same space of time.
Okay, so okay, so I'll go over the rules. So you cannot look down on your paper while you are drawing.
I can't look? Oh, no.
Okay, so you want to be conscious of like where your pen is, right?
Okay.
Throughout the process. And you want to look at your subject.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to look at you.
So one of the reasons why I do this assignment is because kids have a hard time really observing, right? They get very hung up on the result of what they're making, instead of really looking at what they're drawing.
Good point.
So they want to make things that are very pretty, right? What they think that is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, sometimes the unexpected can be kind of fun, right? And it can be kind of funny, and it can also be kind of silly.
Right. So
it's kind of nice to be silly and not be too worried about the result.
That's a good point.
Okay? All right. So go ahead and I do let you, so look down at your paper.
And how much time do we get?
I would say probably like a minute or two, maybe at the most. Right. You'll be done fast. I would suggest kind of going around the face first.
Okay.
Or work your way from the middle and work your way out.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a 2-minute timer now set, so I'll do ready, set, go, and then we'll see how it goes.
All right. Okay, sounds good.
All right. Oh, I can't look down. Look at Joe. Okay, here we go.
Go yet?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Okay, work my way around. You got a nice strong jaw there, Joe.
Oh, are you drawing me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm drawing Gladys.
Okay.
I don't think she's going to be too flattered by this picture. But I'm feeling good.
That's kind of the
point. Okay.
Like it's supposed to.
Oh, no. I know I'm putting the eyes in the wrong place. Joe, we got to stay friends after this.
Speaking of being friends, like, the other day I was like, I'm going to go give blood as soon as school's out. So I headed down right at the end of the school day to the blood bank, and I was giving blood. And then after about a half hour, Andrew walks in. And I'm like, hey.
Man, I keep cheating. I'm sorry. I keep looking down on my insecurity.
All the time.
Oh, shoot. I forgot your earrings. I got to try to find where your ear's at and drop that earring. Yeah, I'm going to do that right there.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, it's about 40 seconds. I think I'm done. If I do more, I'm going to make it worse.
All right, I'm stopping.
But I like what you said, Gladys, about like the importance of learning to slow down and observe. Because especially in this online environment, Like
Yeah.
so many of my students are in a rush to just get it done, get it done, get it done, and tell them to slow down because they're missing things. It's a good practice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. Do you guys want to show what we made?
Yeah. Well, I haven't looked yet.
All right, I'm going first.
Hey, that's not bad.
I turned you into Hitler. That's terrible.
No, that's not a Hitler mustache. That's a bug. There's Miss Chaidez.
You were you didn't cheat, Joe. I'll say that.
That was fun.
That was fun. Speaking of your department and some of these things you put together, what's the thing you like best about the department you're working in?
We're a very small department.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's only 5 of us. So we are very similar, and we're all creatives. You know, and we all can really relate to each other. Just because we all like to make things. You know, of course, we're teachers. It's an all-female department. So I think it's really cool how we all kind of get each other, you know, in a way that maybe other people wouldn't understand some of the things that we go through.
Right.
As teachers, as artists, you know, and you know, as in many different ways. So we're really close-knit, you know, department. And it's really nice, you know, like to have a support in other women and other teachers and artists that we can like bounce ideas off of.
That's cool.
Right on. That's
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And then I think we got probably one last question, and that is, what's something that you're either reading, watching, listening to that's inspiring you, or just making you like happy to listen to or watch?
Whenever I need inspiration, I do watch a lot of like artist documentaries, which is kind of expected, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just they feed my soul in a sense, you know, just because artists have always been, you know, kind of unusual people. I guess I can kind of relate in that sense.
Right.
I just started reading a book called Flow.
I think I've heard of this.
People have recommended it to me. And it's just that state of mind where you kind of get lost, you know, in what you're doing, which is what I try to show the kids a lot. But I don't know really like the inner workings of what it is or what it creates in people. So I just started reading it. So I'm excited about that.
That's good.
Right on.
It sounds like you're doing really good. 3 weeks, we're about 3 weeks in. Like, you feeling okay this year? Like, how are stuff going as a teacher?
I mean, it was a little overwhelming in the start, you know. But I think now that we're kind of like getting the flow of things and kind of settling in. I even feel with the kids, you know, they're kind of easing up a little bit. They seem not as stressed as they were in the beginning.
Okay.
Emails are not as much now, so you know. So I have a feeling like it's better now, you know, than it was in the beginning. And I feel like even as time progresses, you know, it'll even get easier, and we'll kind of get into a new routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing good right now. No, I said we'll see. You know, it's always ups and downs.
Right.
You know, so
right.
Yeah.
I think that's a good phrase, that we are kind of settling into this, whatever you call it. But, you know, there is something about that where you kind of get to that place, okay, it's just the way it is, and I got to make the best of it. So I appreciate that perspective from you.
Right on. Yep.
Thank you for letting us do a little drawing with you, and for the restaurant and museum tips. We really appreciate that. Especially, you know, we're talking about self-care and things to do and be able to kind of do well. You offered us all kinds of things that we can take advantage of. So
it's a really fun day. It would be.
Well, thank you, Gladys, again, and for everybody else, thank you for tuning in. And on this crazy adventure,
let's keep learning.